Welcome, this is your Option Monster Volatility Sonar Report. From the floor of the SIBO, I'm Jamie Tyrrell with Group 1 Trading. Well, the VIX February option settled into the opening print this morning. So our settlement value is 48.40. Now remember, they get the settlement price for the VIX off of the opening markets on the March S&P 500 options. So there's a whole opening procedure where bids and offers are posted pre-open. People can react to if something's bid up high, they can offer it back down, and we had about 80,000 contracts trade on the open today in the S&P 500 help to determine the 48.40 print. The largest line that trades is usually the furthest downside put, and today that furthest downside put was the March 200 put. It traded 9,000 times for 10 cents. So there were a lot of buyers of that, a lot of sellers, went up 10 cents. And then the 250s, the 300s, all the way down had significant volume as well, but about 80,000 contracts, reasonably less than we typically see, but we've equity options and index options have been having lighter volume over the past couple months, so this is just going with that pattern. So yesterday the VIX cash closed 48.66. Today the settlement 48.40, down 26 cents from the close. About what you'd expect. The S&P 500 was up small on the open, so the 48.40 print is pretty indicative of where the volatility levels were at the time in the S&P 500. The cash has oscillated between 48 and 49.5 most of this morning, as the S&P lost a little bit of its early gains and then has rallied back. The big macro story today is President Obama unveiled a lot of the details of his foreclosure plan, aiming to prevent some of the foreclosures from continuing to damage the housing market. In VIX trading today, it's traditionally a quiet day, the day of VIX settlement. We have a lot of activity in the S&P 500 right on the open, but then in VIX there's no front month contracts, there's no more February options, there's no more short-term plays, so a lot of our short-term customers just kind of sit on the sidelines until March expiration approaches. So today we've had about 20,000 contracts trade. We had 140,000 trade yesterday, so that's just about 1/7 of the volume. Pretty slow. What activity we've had has been mostly sellers of March options. The biggest trade we've had is the March 50-60 call stupid. Now the call stupid is the opposite of a call spread. So rather than buying one strike and selling the other, you're buying both strikes. So you're buying the March 50s, you're buying the March 55s. And we had a seller of that. So the crowd was buying the March 50s, buying the March 55s. The seller was selling both of those lines, selling the March 50s for 265, selling the March 55s for 165, so they were selling the stupid for 430. So that's what we've had going today. Pretty slow so far, except for our big news, the 48.40 VIX February print. This is Jamie Tyrrell with Option Monster. Check back for more.
Folks, if you watch Jamie Tyrrell present great information about the VIX every day, information that can help you make money, and you want to understand more about it, well, you should consider coming to our Invest Like a Monster conference in New York City, Saturday, March 7th. It'll be a fantastic event. We've got Mark Fisher, one of the biggest energy traders in the world. Mark normally charges $2,500 for a one-day event. Mark Fisher is one of the headliners at this event. We've got my brother, Pete Najarian from Fast Money. We've got Guy Adami from Fast Money. We've got Vince Farrell from Soleil Securities. I'm going to be there. This is going to be one of the biggest events in New York City. It's going to be Saturday, March 7th at the Sheraton, and I can't encourage you enough, folks, if you've always wanted to learn more about the VIX, if you want to learn more about options, how to position yourself to make money in bull markets, bear markets, whatever, this is an event you really should not miss. I know I sound like a salesman there, but it's $149. Folks, the one we did here in Chicago sold out in 2 weeks, so make sure you don't miss out. There is limited seating available, and and there is no upselling. We're not going to get you into the room and then say, well, you can't get out of the room until you buy a $5,000 seminar or a $10,000 seminar. We're going to give you solid all-day information from 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, so you can mix and mingle with the folks that you've been listening to all day. All of that only at the Invest Like a Monster conference in New York City, Saturday, March 7th. We hope to see you there.